to the Dream 100 Show, the epicenter of influence, collaboration, and exponential growth. You're about to discover the power of relationships. Dream 100 relationships. And you're one relationship away from a totally different business and life. This is your host, Michael Tasner.
Hey there, and welcome to this week's edition of the Dream 100 Show. Today is going to be the first in a series of episodes on my predictions and the trends, tactics that you need to make sure that you are executing in 2025 and beyond. Now, one of the things that I want to kind of pre-warn you is that as I roll out these teachings over the next couple of weeks, it's not a one-size-fits-all, and it's not in the exact order that I would recommend. Now, some of the trends and some of the tactics, I'm going to tell you that you cannot ignore X. For example, today we're going to talk a lot about organic social content. So some of these tactics, I'm going to say you cannot ignore this. Where other tactics, I'm going to let you know that, hey, it is coming, it's already here, you're late to the party, you're a little bit early to the party, so you can look at moving the needle with this, but it doesn't necessarily have to happen in the next couple of months. Now, the second asterisk, or the second disclaimer, is that while all of these things are trends, they're kind of up to date, what's happening, what's going to be happening, it can't kind of degrade the fact that if you don't have the fundamentals, if you don't have certain marketing tactics, if you don't have certain things in place, I couldn't in good conscience say, yeah, you need to go 20x the amount of organic social content you've got all over the place when your website still crashes every 30 seconds when someone looks at it on a mobile device. So I'm making the assumption that your brand, your business, your website, your company is at least somewhat up to date. Now, I've worked with plenty of businesses that are way behind the times, and usually it's very, very easy to spot. So how would I put you in that basket of kind of up to date versus way behind the times? To me, the easiest is that I look for your business card, which is your website, and I see how well updated is it, and just a lot of the little things. Do you have at the bottom of your website a copyright that says 2021, for example? So I know your website most likely hasn't been touched in 3 years. I check it on mobile. I check your main social media profiles and presences. Do you have a presence on all the big social media accounts? Are you posting on a regular basis? If you've got a brick and mortar business and an actual physical location, it's pretty easy to go in and walk into a facility regardless of the business and see, are they up to date? And it's as simple as looking at the things that they're using day in and day out. So if you don't have some of the basic fundamentals, yes, you can listen to these, but I need you to make sure that you have kind of that foundation in place. So without further ado, and again, in no particular order, I'm going to start to talk through why I see certain things happening, what you should be doing with that, and really how you can best capitalize on it. First one is the organic social content. And this is one that I mentioned just a minute ago that you cannot ignore. You cannot ignore it. When I look at organic social media and organic social content, the easiest way to differentiate is organic equals free. So for all the businesses that push back and they say, Michael, I don't have the budgets, we don't have the ability to do X, Y, Z. We just don't have big budgets like all these other companies. Organic social media marketing is 100% free of charge. Now there's paid social media, and you can boost posts and you can add budgets and things like that. But posting on Facebook and X and LinkedIn and TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, all of this content is completely free of charge. And what's happening at a very, very rapid pace is that the algorithms at each of these social media networks are getting smarter and smarter so that they can serve up your content to the people that they feel really are going to resonate with it. So they're in the exact same boat as a Google. Google wants to serve up ads. They want to serve up websites that are matching the intent that you are looking for. So if you're going to Google and you're typing in landscaper near me, for example, they want to show you landscapers that are in your area. Same thing if you were browsing on Facebook. They want to be showing you content that they feel you're going to resonate with. And what I'm quickly realizing is that the rate of mobile adoption has, over the last 2 years, has increased at a far greater rate than I had expected. Now, this is coming from the person that coined the phrase Web 3.0 marketing 15 plus years ago. And in that, I was talking about mobile marketing. So I was one of the first people to talk about mobile marketing. But now it's at the place where the attention is here. Everything is on your mobile device. And it's easy to spot that trend because you literally can walk around, go to a restaurant, everyone's on their devices, everyone in line is on their devices, everyone on a subway, on an air, like they're literally on their devices 24/7. I have 4 kids. I thought I was on my device a lot and I justify it and say, well, I've got a marketing business. My kids are on their devices 24/7, literally 24/7. So if you know that's where the attention is, then why are you continuing to think that throwing up gigantic billboards is a great idea, spending your entire budget on radio or TV campaigns, or putting on this gigantic event? If you know that the attention is on social media, and the easiest and completely free way to grab it is by posting more, why would you not want to do that? So that is the first trend tactic, and it's not something completely new. Social media marketing has been around for quite some time. But when I look at the data, what is the data showing me? The data is showing me that if you are in a B2B type of business, or you're looking to connect with anyone that has a business or is a decision maker at a business, LinkedIn right now is the hottest platform that you should be posting on. And you should be posting once, 2, 3, even 4 times a day on LinkedIn. Helpful, authentic, engaging content in different mediums. Now that's the key. Don't just go up and post and say, hope everyone's having a great day. I want to see video content, audio content. I want to see long form articles that are talking about whatever you are aiming to educate people on. LinkedIn is where Facebook was in like 2012, 2013. So if you're in that space, B2B space, or looking to connect with someone that's at a company, that is the platform that you want to be putting a lot of your eggs in as we speak, because you will be able to grab that market share faster and faster than everyone else. Now, the other thing that I want you to think about with social media is this concept that it's out there, but you're not seeing it yet. So this is one that's a few years out, and that's kind of all things kind of AI glasses and augmented reality. And if you think about where things could potentially be going, could you see a place where instead of people even using computers or their mobile devices, they have a headset on almost all day long, and they're literally doing all their work from a headset? They're not even using computers and iPads and all that kind of stuff. They're literally doing it from a headset, and they're browsing and they're scrolling and they're jumping to social media. That day is going to be coming. Now, are we, a month away from that? Definitely not. If I were to give a pretty educated guess, I'd probably would say somewhere in the 7 to 10 year space. But that stuff is going to be coming, and that organic social content that you've been building and building and building and getting your brand out there and putting yourself out there will pay off handsomely. So organic social content. You need to have a robust content strategy for posting in both quality and quantity. Posting once a week or even a couple of times a week on Facebook is not going to do anything for you. You need to be able to keep up and be posting, again, multiple times a day. Now that means also that you need to be able to iterate and test, because what I'm looking for then are what are some of the best performing assets that you put out there. So like with the Dream 100, for example, we're testing out subject lines and GIFs and things like that. I want to split test and see which one is going to perform better. And then that I might put some paid budget behind. So you leverage the data behind it. If a post goes viral, or not even viral, but if a post does well compared to another one, that free data just showed you, hey, this one got a fair amount of engagement. What if you were to throw $100 at it, or $10 at it, or $1,000? So the faster you're able to iterate and put stuff out, the better. Brands that have to agonize over every word and every camera angle, they're going to be in for a very rude awakening. The next one is for a particular demographic, but this is for anyone that's in e-com and anyone that is in the retail space. So if you have a retail presence or you have an e-commerce business, the hottest thing that I am seeing that's continuing to take the internet by storm is this live social selling. If you haven't been noticing how fast TikTok has been growing due to live social selling, you're looking at other countries like China and Japan, for example, where they've been doing this for years. It is coming at a pace unlike anything else I've ever seen. So if you have a presence online, it's very easy for you to take your products and to be able to, once a week or even for 30 minutes a day, start to talk through your products and the backstories and how it's going to help your consumers. If you have a retail presence, if you're not noticing, some of the biggest headlines that are making the media all day, every day, are X retailer is closing its doors. At the time of me recording this, the Container Store, I believe, just filed for bankruptcy and is going to be shuttering stores. Like every other day, I'm hearing of a gigantic retailer that's closing their doors. And it's not to say that nobody is going into retail businesses, because I could also see the opposite article that says something like Trader Joe's, which obviously is more food-based, and Costco, for example, that they're expanding at a very fast pace. But the businesses that don't necessarily have anything unique, one of my favorite businesses used to be Bed Bath & Beyond. Just love that I could literally go and get pretty much anything for my house. And then, of course, they had those funny 20% off coupons that literally nobody would buy anything unless they had a 20% off coupon. I would argue that was one of their kisses of death outside of all the other things with having less demand and just an expensive retail footprint. But they didn't necessarily have anything that was proprietary or overly unique. But if you think about it, what if they had some of their team and they took an area of their store and they were literally demonstrating some of the products that they had in their store? And they were able to not only do that and encourage, if you're local or in the area, feel free to come on and you can come see a live demo, and or they could be pushing their e-com business, pushing it over to e-com and literally leveraging the people that are already there day in and day out, leveraging the space that you're already paying for, rather than having 15 team members sitting around for 75% of your day. You could be capitalizing on that. So if you're in e-com and or having any kind of retail presence, you need to look at this live social selling. It's kind of comparable to you having your own home shopping network, but you are the only thing that's being sold on this particular channel. The other thing that I love about it is that it creates all of this great content. So as you're recording the live content, you can take those videos and splice them up and put them all over the internet. You can get those videos on TikTok and YouTube and put them on your website, turn it into blog content, social media content. So it's just continuing to feed that engine. But live social selling, that is here. That will be one of, if not the biggest marketing trends in 2025. Now, the third one that I want to talk about is AI, but I want to talk about it in a much different way. So AI is just, it's such a broad term that it could mean one of 150 different things. What I am seeing in terms of the best value for you by way of AI, it's how can you essentially have AI in your back pocket and in your side pocket so that you're able to speed up everything else that you're doing throughout the day. So whether that's leveraging ChatGPT and it's allowing you to kind of iterate some of your newsletter content a little bit faster, or you load in a few social media posts and you say, give me 25 other variations. You're able to leverage the AI to accelerate what you were doing, not replace, but accelerate. Now, AI will be able to replace a lot of the jobs and a lot of the roles that are within your organization, especially on the marketing side. But you need to be able to train your AI agents, so to speak, and that'll be a much different episode, and I don't want to get that kind of knee deep into all things AI today. But if you're not at the very least leveraging 3 or 4 different AI tools on a daily basis, you need to get yourself up to speed. Now, ChatGPT is the most well-known. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's the best, but kind of look around and see, well, what are some of the best types of AI tools that could help you, whether it's video editing or producing more content. DALL-E just released an insane update by way of images. The AI images are getting better and better every single day. And it's not just if you have an e-com business or a product-facing business. Why couldn't you leverage AI for some of your social media posts? And why couldn't you spit off different books and things like that and have really beautiful images? So we just redid the cover as we're rewriting the Dream 100 book, and we leveraged AI for the amazing imagery that's on the cover. I mean, that would have been a few $1,000 job to a professional graphic designer. Now, we have graphic designers that are inputting certain things in, but they're leveraging it to speed things up. But I need you to pay a lot of attention as to what people are using, how they're using it. Because the other big thing with AI, now that you can talk to it, ChatGPT also has it in beta as we speak, to where you can turn on your video camera and be showing certain things, give me some feedback on this, to where now people are going to be asking, can you tell me about some of the businesses that are in my area that do this particular service? Like, they're literally talking to it. I talk to my AI tool. I use ChatGPT as well as probably 25 others every time I'm driving. And I'm talking through different things, I'm strategizing, and what I'm doing is I'm training my AI bot so it continues to get better and better and better and learn more about me, so that when I bring that back up, it's going to be able to rapidly, and when I'm saying rapidly, I'm talking milliseconds, scan everything up that we've already discussed, and then spit out some other things for me with all the context already given. So you have to be on the AI bandwagon this year, at the very least using a couple things like ChatGPT and an image tool like Midjourney, DALL-E, Canva, for example, to help you push out a lot more of your marketing graphics. But you really need to take a couple of steps back and see what else can be accelerated. What else can be accelerated? Because this will be, it's rapidly becoming mainstream. It's the most talked about trend. It's the most searched thing right now. So you have to find ways to really get a little bit ahead rather than being behind the curve. Those are the 3 that I wanted to talk about today. I've got a lot more in the next couple of episodes, but I wanted to give you 3 to start off so you can start moving that needle. 2025 is going to be an amazing year. This is your year. I'm rooting for you. Michael Tasner signing off. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. I'll see you next week for the continuation of all of these marketing trends.